What if someone told you that suicide was recommended? A shocking answer, but the reason behind it saved a life. Today's lesson begins with that unexpected moment and leads to a powerful truth about failure, success, and why some people never benefit from knowledge. Assalamu alaikum, dear listeners, and welcome back to the channel. It has been quite some time since our last upload, but seeing you return here means a lot. This channel is dedicated to learning powerful life lessons from one of the most inspiring books on personal character and relationships. Enjoy Your Life, written by the renowned scholar Muhammad bin Abd ar-Rahman Al-Arifi. In the previous video, we introduced the book and its author, and today we begin our first lesson. A lesson titled, They Did Not Benefit. The author says, I remember once receiving a message on my mobile phone. It read, Dear Sheikh, what is the ruling on suicide? Concerned, I called the sender. On the other side of the phone was a very young man. I said to him, I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand your question. Could you repeat it? In a heavy and grieving voice, he replied, The question is clear. What is the ruling on suicide? At that moment, I decided to respond with something unexpected, something that would shock him. So I said, It is recommended. The young man immediately screamed, What? I continued, All right, then how about we discuss the best way for you to do it? Suddenly, he became completely silent. Then I asked him gently, Tell me, why do you want to commit suicide? He said, Because I cannot find work. People do not love me. In fact, I am a complete failure. And then he began telling his story, a long story, a story meant to prove that he had failed in life. He believed he had no real skills, no strong personality, no abilities that could help him succeed. And sadly, many people feel this exact same way. They look at successful people, people standing on the peak of the mountain, and they think, I could never reach that level. I could never climb that high. But there is an important truth. The one who is afraid to climb mountains will live forever in the ditches. Now, here is an important question. Do you know who will not benefit from this book, or from any book like it? It is the unfortunate person who surrenders to their own mistakes, the person who becomes comfortable with weakness, who says, This is just my nature. I cannot change anymore. I've been like this for too long. They say, I can never speak confidently like Khalid. I can never smile warmly like Ahmed. I can never be loved by people like Ziad. That is impossible for me. And once a person truly believes improvement is impossible, they stop trying. The author then tells another story. One day, he attended a public gathering. Among the people was a very old man. The man sat quietly, speaking with whoever sat next to him. He was not famous, not particularly noticeable, except for his old age. During the gathering, the author delivered a lecture, and during that lecture, he mentioned a religious verdict given by the great scholar Abd al-Aziz ibn Baz. After the lecture finished, the old man proudly said, Sheikh Ibn Baz and I were colleagues. We used to study together in a mosque under our teacher many years ago. The old man seemed very happy to share this, very proud. But the author thought to himself, Poor man, if you studied with Ibn Baz, why did you not become like him? If you knew the path to success, why did you not follow it? Because when Ibn Baz passed away, people cried for him in mosques. Scholars mourned him. Students remembered him. Entire nations felt the loss. But when this old man eventually passes away, perhaps no one will cry, except out of habit or kindness. Knowing someone is not enough. Many people proudly say, I knew this person. I once studied with that scholar. I sat with that famous individual. But that is not something to be proud of. True pride comes from climbing the mountain yourself, from reaching the peak through your own effort. So here is the message. Be brave. From today, decide to use the abilities Allah has already given you. Be successful. Replace the frown on your face with a smile. Replace sadness with cheerfulness. Replace stinginess with generosity. Replace anger with patience and perseverance. Turn your hardships into opportunities. Turn your challenges into strength. And turn your faith into your greatest weapon. Enjoy your life, because life is short. Too short to spend it drowning in sadness. Too short to waste believing that you cannot change. And if you are wondering, how can I actually do that? How can I truly improve my life? That is exactly why this book was written. So stay with us, lesson by lesson, until the end, with the permission of Allah. But remember, this journey will only benefit you if you are brave enough to try, if you are determined to develop your character, and willing to use the talents that already exist within you, because those who refuse to grow are the ones who do not benefit. Thank you for listening, and welcome back to the journey through Enjoy Your Life. More lessons are coming soon.